Hello students, today we will study class 7 science chapter, that is nutrition in plants. Now, as the name suggests, what do you mean by nutrition? Nutrition means intake of nutrients and its utilization by the living organisms. Now let us study what are nutrients and what are living organisms. What are nutrients? Nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrates gives energy to work. Proteins helps to build and repair body cells. Fats keeps our body warm. Vitamins and minerals protects our body from diseases. Now let us study types of organisms. There are two types of organisms, autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs make their own food. Its best example is plants. Plants make food with the help of photosynthesis. Now, heterotrophs, they are dependent on other plants and animals for food, for taking nutrition. Its examples are herbivores like deer, cow, buffalo. They eat only plants. Carnivores eat only animals like lion. Omnivores like us, that is humans, eat both plants and animals. In this chapter, for you, new is saprophytes, parasites and symbiosis. So saprophytes are also a type of heterotrophs. They eat dead and decaying matter. Parasites live inside and on the body of host from where they take nutrition. Symbiosis means two organisms live mutually with each other for nutrition. Now let us study about photosynthesis. As you all know, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living organisms. Now process of photosynthesis says that plants used to make food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water and minerals. Now how does it make food? Actually, leaf is the food factory of a plant. Leaf has stomata on it with the help of which they can take carbon dioxide from air. Stomata has guard cells also with the help of which they can open or close the stomata whenever it requires. Leaf has one more thing, that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment which helps to capture sunlight energy. The main thing which we study in the process of photosynthesis is a plant needs sunlight, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, water and minerals to make food. These water and minerals come from the roots to the leaves for the process of photosynthesis. And at the result, after photosynthesis, leaves give us oxygen as well as food. There are some important points also about photosynthesis. See, not only green leaves, leaves of other colors also carry out photosynthesis. And you can check them with the help of presence of starch, with the help of iodine solution. If you pour iodine solution on the leaf which has already carried out photosynthesis, it will turn blue-black in color. Now, except leaves, there are green stem and green branches also of desert plants like cactus which do not have leaves and they also carry out photosynthesis. Now as you all are learning that after photosynthesis, leaves give us food. That food is not only accepted or taken by the leaves for their growth, they also have abundant food for us, which we take as stem, roots or leaves. Here you can see the roots, the flowers, the leaves, the stems and the seeds which we are taking from the plants. So plants are the most important on our globe. Now we will study about heterotrophs. Mode of heterotrophic nutrition. I have told you earlier that there are 3 points which we are learning in this class 7, that is saprotroph, which is saprotrophic nutrition. Saprotroph take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. They develop in humid area or rainy season. Here you can see its examples like mushroom, which is having umbrella-like structure, or fungus. They both take nutrients from dead and decaying matter and grow. Second, we learned parasitic nutrition. Parasites live on the body surface and inside the body of the host. Host means they take nutrition from there. Here you can see mosquito, which is sucking blood from humans. It is a parasite which lives on the body surface of the humans or animals. And you can see here earthworm or tapeworm, which is taking nutrients from inside the body of an organism. It can be in any part of humans or animals. Here you will learn a different thing, that there is a cuscuta plant, which is a non-green plant. Here you can see yellow portion. This is cuscuta plant. It is feeding on green plant, which is its host, and it is getting nutrients from it. So it is also a parasite plant. Now we will study about symbiotic nutrition. Here you can see there is nitrogen fixing microbes in legumes. Now what do you mean by legumes? Legumes means leguminous plants which are having nitrogen fixing bacteria in their roots. These bacteria, which you can say rhizobium bacteria, it gives soluble nitrogen to the plants, and plants in turn give them shelter. So you can say that they both are helping each other and living with each other mutually and helping each other. So this is called symbiotic nutrition. Here two organisms mutually depend on each other for nutrition and their survival. Now, as you see that organisms like nitrogen fixing bacteria or rhizobium bacteria helps in giving soluble nitrogen to plants. But there are some plants like insectivorous plants which take insects to fill their requirement of nitrogen. Like you see here, this is the pitcher plant, Venus flytrap plant. Here Venus flytrap plant is taking insect, is trapping insect to fulfill its nitrogen requirement. As the insect comes in the space, it closes and traps the insect. There is one more example, that is pitcher plant, which is a tube-like structure. Here you can also see it is trapping the insect and it digests it with the help of digestive juice which is there in its tube. So no bacteria is working on them. They are taking insects directly from the environment with the help of their features, and then they are fulfilling the requirement of nitrogen. Both Venus flytrap and pitcher plant can carry out photosynthesis also, but not able to take nitrogen from the air. So they take soluble nitrogen to fulfill their requirement. Now there are some plants which do not have rhizobium bacteria, don't have the feature of taking insects from the environment. So we have to pour manures and fertilizers in these areas in the soil so that they can be enriched in nitrogen and minerals and grow healthy crops. Now at the end, I want to say that if you like my video, please press the like button and also send your valuable comments. Thanks. Have a nice day.